Valentín Fuster is widely regarded as one of, if not the greatest, cardiologists in the world. He has received every major award in the field of cardiology. He has led every major society in cardiology. His colleagues revere him, and his patients adore him. He is a living legend, yet there is a humility about him that is amazing. He never speaks of his accomplishments. He rarely asks for something that we can't deliver. We are truly blessed to have Valentín Fuster as a colleague, and it is most appropriate to rename Mount Sinai Heart in his honor.
Valentín Fuster is largely responsible for building our program in heart disease and heart-related research to be among the very best in the world, no question.
If you look at where he's taken us through his strength and his vision the last 25 years, there's no other name that could go on our heart hospital.
Every growth which we have done, clinical, basic science, fellowship, teaching, all have been headed by Dr. Valentín Fuster.
Having his name on the Institute will raise everyone's game because they'll realize what they have to do to hold their capabilities and contributions to the level that Dr. Fuster brought every day.
Mount Sinai Heart is synonymous with Valentín Fuster. What we've been able to create with his leadership not only enhances the reputation of our cardiology programs, but it has enhanced the reputation of Mount Sinai as a whole.
I know Mount Sinai means a lot to Valentín Fuster, but perhaps the better question is, what does Valentín Fuster mean to Mount Sinai?
He's put his life into this. He chose to be there and to dedicate his professional life, his efforts, his excitement, his vision.
People want to come here to be with Valentín Fuster, to be mentored by him, to have him as a colleague, to have him as a leader that points the way toward the future.
As far as for my professional career is concerned, I owe it to Dr. Fuster. One, him to give me a chance to come to Mount Sinai Hospital. Dr. Fuster gave me the power to develop the cardiac cath lab. And there, Dr. Fuster trusted me completely. Of course, we had the great results, #1 in the volume, best in the safety. Dr. Fuster allowed me to go to next level, to push the envelope for the better care of heart patients.
When Dr. Fuster recruited me, he presented a vision to help me build a heart valve center in New York City that would become a destination for patients around the country and the world. And I'm happy to say through that partnership with Valentín, we're now the #1 cardiac surgery program, not only Manhattan, but in New York State.
Dr. Fuster recruited me to Mount Sinai to lead the Cardiovascular Research Institute. He empowers the Cardiovascular Research Institute and the scientists who work within the walls to pursue the questions that really motivate us to make the meaningful discoveries that are going to change healthcare in the future.
Never be afraid to be surrounded by the best people. I think this is very critical, and I think has been one of the clues of where we are today.
Everyone that's been his fellow has been impacted by his unique personality, his intelligence, his insight, how he cares for people, how he cares for them and their families, and learns about that. Don't just ask about the heart, ask about the person.
I'm Dr. Jane Iris Fari, and I was in the first group of Dr. Fuster's fellows at Mount Sinai, and I'm proud of that fact.
I think today's student should learn from him that being a great doctor is a calling, it's a lifetime career. There's no off days. You basically should be there all the time, and that's what Dr. Fuster taught me when I was his fellow.
He would say, Johnny, you need to focus. You focus on the patient. You hear them, not just hear their medical needs, but you kind of look at that person and say, what does this person really need from me? How can I relieve this person's suffering?
what he saw in me, what he believed to be the kinds of person that he wanted to recruit for his drive of improving the health outcomes of New Yorkers or anyone else who wants to come to our center.
I think he hopes that as part of this renaming, that when young people see his name, he can transmit the kind of values that he's brought to Mount Sinai. Hope that those values can be an inspiration for them in their own path.
This is the number one satisfaction that I have in my professional life, is the BF Society, a society of individuals that I was able to have some impact, and it's very gratifying.
This is an incredible milestone in Mount Sinai's history, the renaming of Mount Sinai Heart. I think this is going to mark the beginning of an entirely new era.
He represents really the best of what a doctor can do, what a researcher can do, what a teacher can do. He's an incredible doctor for the same reasons that he's an incredible father.
It's an honor and privilege to have Valentín in your life, as a friend, as a doctor.
He was my father's doctor for many, many years, and I'll tell you one story which I think says an awful lot about Valentín and the way he practices medicine. So my father was in Florida and unfortunately had a very serious cardiac incident. We came into Mount Sinai at 3:30 in the morning after flying up from Florida, and guess who was right there when we checked in? And I think that tells you a lot about a man of his esteem.
Could anyone be more deserving of what he has done for Mount Sinai and for the world? You couldn't honor him enough.
Well, the first time I met Dr. Fuster, 35 years ago, and his schedule was very full, but I wasn't feeling well and I wanted to see him. And he said, all right, come about 6 o'clock. And he spent an hour with me, and now it's 7 o'clock, and he walks with us to the elevator. And I never had a doctor walk me out in that, just the way he is.
He deserves every honor that he's going to get. And we feel very lucky to have him in our lives. If he tells you he's going to call you on a Sunday morning at 8 o'clock in the morning, you know that at exactly 8 o'clock, your phone is going to ring, and it's going to be him on the phone.
Thank you to Dr. Fuster for taking such good care of me and allowing me to have a heart that is completely fixed and working better than when I met you. And also the ability to have 2 children safely and to feel under great care by you and your team.
He's a very humble person. It's never been about him. This is really a celebration, and celebration is important to him, I think, because it makes you reflect and on what's important, on what you're contributing, on who you love, on where you're putting your energy, on how you're making the world better than how you found it.
We all know with Dr. Fuster, he has a saying of, we move on, we move forward. And the renaming of Mount Sinai Heart to include Valentín Fuster will allow us to move on and move forward, but with always having Valentín be a piece of that.
Valentín's legacy will live literally forever.
Hi, Valentín. I'm so proud of you. This is so exciting. You've worked so hard, and you've always supported me and everyone else around you. I'm so proud of you. You definitely deserve this. I love you. Congratulations.
I know how much Mount Sinai means to you. That just makes this even more special. I love you so much, Valentín. I'm so proud of you.
Congratulations, Valentín, on this amazing honor. It's fantastic to see you leave your mark in this way, and I am a very proud grandson.
Canviat el nom del Mount Sinai, es diu Mount Sinai Fuster Heart Hospital.
Oh, that's great. Fantastic. T'agrada, no? Vale. Yes. He's very excited about the name. That's amazing. I'm gonna cry. This means the world to him. It's an incredible honor. I think for all of us, for the whole family.
I'm a lucky person. I have been given so much. My hopes of Mount Sinai is to be better and better. We have reached a stage. We are very proud. Let's keep moving.